Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now guys. If you guys are able to listen to me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Guys can hear me clearly? No issues with the audio or the video, right guys? Okay, amazing guys, amazing. So, how are you guys? Is everybody fine? Is everybody great? Please let me know. Is everybody fine? Is everybody great? Please let me know, guys. All good? Great. Amazing, guys. Amazing. So, do you guys like yesterday's class? Yesterday I forgot to tell you guys about one of the most important pillars of web development. So, I'm very sorry for that. So, today, first of all, I will be letting you guys know about the last pillar of web development. We learned about front-end web development, we learned about back-end web development, we learned about cloud computing, we learned about DevOps, right? But there's one more component for web development that we forgot about. So today we'll be looking into that, first of all. Then we'll be starting out with learning what we are here to learn, that is DevOps, that is Git, GitHub, and version control. So one of the main things I wanted you guys to know is that the way that I've structured the entire 7 days of classes is that even if you don't have a laptop, or could you just close the door? I think it's going. Even if you don't have a laptop, even if you don't have a computer as well, you guys can definitely do the entire program. Okay. So how I will be teaching in such a way is that you guys can do the entire program directly from your mobile phone as well. Okay. You guys can do the entire program directly from the mobile phone as well, guys. So I will be teaching the program in such a way that I know that not everybody can have a laptop, not everybody can have a desktop as well. So what I've done is that, but everybody has a smartphone, right? Everybody present right over here has a smartphone. Nobody is there in the class because you guys will be watching this on some device, right? Maybe it's your mobile phone, maybe it's your tablet, maybe it's a TV as well. So the way that I will be teaching you guys will be in such a way that you guys will be able to do it from your mobile phone as well, guys. Will be able to practice everything. You will be able to learn everything directly from your mobile phones. Will that be fine, guys? Please let me know. Will that be fine, guys? Please let me know. Yes? Great. Amazing. For those guys who have missed yesterday's attendance, the attendance is still on. You guys can still watch the entire video. You guys can still fill out the attendance for yesterday. I have not switched off the attendance. But for today's class, if you're not there live in the class, if you're not focusing upon the class, you will definitely miss out your attendance. And once you have missed out today's attendance, you will not be able to get your certificates as well. But nevertheless, you guys can come here, you guys can learn for free. That is something that's always a plus point for you guys, right? So let's continue from right over there, guys. So like I said, the first thing that we're going to talk about is what is the fifth pillar of web development. So could you guys repeat what are the first four pillars of web development that we learned about in our yesterday's class? Could you guys let me know? Could you guys let me know what are the four pillars of web development that we have learned in our yesterday's class, guys? Please let me know. Just a quick revision, guys. Just a quick revision. Front-end web development, good. Next thing. Back-end web development, that's great, guys. Cloud computing and DevOps. Amazing, amazing. So you guys remember everything. That's good. Always come to the next class with a little bit of revision so that you guys are able to continue the class properly itself. Next thing that we are going to learn about is the fifth and one of the, I don't feel that it as a developer it is a very important aspect of web development, but from a perspective of a website, it is the most important part of being a web developer. That is being able to design a website itself. Now, please try to think about it. We are all programmers out here. If you tell me you have seen my drawings and my handwriting as well, you guys will immediately be able to realize that I am extremely bad in designing stuff. I'm extremely bad in drawing stuff. I'm extremely bad with color composition as well. I'm extremely bad with my handwriting. Everything is shitty about me when it comes to design. But websites need to be attractive. Website needs to look great. Website needs to look appealing to the masses itself. For that, there is another field of web development that is called as UI UX, guys. Okay, web designing or UI UX. Okay, user interface and user experience. Are you guys able to understand this? UI UX or user interface and user experience itself, guys. Now, what do I mean by that? See, as a programmer, we rarely have to involve ourselves with designing. But when you are aiming to become a good web developer, when you are aiming to become the best out in the industry, you are aiming to get packages of like 30 lakhs per annum, 60 lakhs per annum. If your aim is to get into the best companies out there, a little bit about designing is something that you should be able to understand. Okay, that is something that you have to do. So we are going to look at some of the aspects of it. Let me pop up your chart on the left hand side of my screen so that I'm able to see what you guys are writing. And on the right hand side, I'll open up some of the platforms. So for example, me, I'm not good at designing, I'm not good at drawing, I'm not good at color composition. What would I do if I want to create an amazing website itself? I usually go into platforms like Dribble and Behance. Okay, so we can go into Dribble itself. Dribble. Okay, there are three B's inside of it, guys. Please do remember, this is a mistake that I very commonly make. It is three B's. Okay, Dribble. Three B's that are there, guys. Okay, so once you have opened up Dribble right over here, guys, you guys can definitely start from right over here. Okay, so I'm just logging into the platform itself right now. I think so it is taking it some time to get me logged into the platform. It is just waiting for dribble.com. Let me sign into the platform once again then. Okay, so what happens is that usually the best UI UX designers, the best designers in the entire world come together on platforms like Behance, come together on platforms like Dribble to put their own UI UX concepts or UI UX designs out there, which you can take up inspirations from. Do not, please do not copy them exactly as it is, but you can definitely take up some inspirations from these platforms itself. Even we at DevTown have a lot of different designs. So I personally handle a lot of different designings for our own websites as well. So I'll show you guys what DevTown does and how do we come up with our designs and everything. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. So right over here, guys, you guys can go into, let's see, there must be some web design. Okay, you guys are able to see this web designs right over here. And all the great developers from all around the world put their own web designs right over here from which you can take up inspirations from. Let us think about it. Let us go into a design for I think so this is social media platform right over here. So this is a design that a gaming better platform has done for a gaming based social media website. As you're able to see, this is not a website, guys. Please try to understand the difference between a UI UX. I'm so sorry. The difference between a UI UX designer and a web developer is very simple. A UI UX designer just creates a picture of how a website should look like. Think about it as a screenshot. Okay, just as a screenshot of a particular website. Nothing less, nothing more. Are you guys able to understand it? Please let me know, guys. Okay, I'll just switch on yesterday's attendance once if it is closed right now. Otherwise, these guys will just be hampering my entire class itself. They are not interested into studies. They are just interested into getting the attendance. If you guys are not coming live to the class, you guys will not be able to get your attendance. If you want to get your attendance, come live to the class, participate in the class properly itself. It's the last time that I'm switching on the attendance for yesterday's class. Okay, if you are not able to fill up your attendance right now, do not come to me at a later point of time telling that I was not able to fill up your attendance for yesterday. Okay, so right over here, as you are able to see, this is just a screen. This is not a functioning website. That is the job of a developer to convert it into a functioning website itself. It's just an image on how the website should look like. Okay, so a UI UX designer will just create for you a just an image on how, okay, on how the website should look like. It will provide you with which colors are is it using, which font is it using, and then you can go further from right over there, take inspirations from here to create your very own websites. For example, this is an UI UX design for an e-commerce website right over here, guys. So as you're able to see, this is an e-commerce website that has been created, and this is just the design for that. This is just an image of that. Now it is the job of the developer to convert it into a functioning website itself, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. For those guys who have missed yesterday's attendance, I've kept the attendance open right over here. You guys have to watch the entire video. You will have to fill up your attendance by watching yesterday's video itself. For today's class, if you are not present live in the class, you're not listening to me carefully, you will not be able to get today's attendance. And if you're missing out on today's attendance, do not come to me at a later point of time saying that I've missed out the attendance. Can you give me the attendance? I will not give it to you. Okay, come to the class live, learn right over here, fill up your attendance, get your certificates. Okay, now the tools and technologies that usually are being used right over here to create these designs is, for us, it is mostly Figma. Figma is the go-to platform for us and most of the companies out there to design their own videos, to design their own websites as well, guys. For example, right over here, let me show you guys the Figma account for DevTown. So we are also continuously making amazing products for you guys. We are trying to create amazing products for you guys, which you guys can go out and use at any particular point of time. The first step is to create a design pattern for that itself, guys. So let me show you guys some of the designs that we are working right now to create for you guys to use using Figma. So I will show you guys some of the platforms itself that we are currently creating in Figma so that you guys are able to understand the same. Okay, so this is also important. I will show it to you guys, as well as let me show it to you guys something else. This also I can show it to you. So this is the first platform that I'm showing you guys. Again, guys, please try to understand this, that Figma is a place where you don't create websites. You just create the image of how a website should look like. Let me show it to you guys. This is the data structures and algorithms platform that we are currently creating for you. This is the design for that. As you're able to see, this is not a functioning website itself, guys. This is just a design right over here. Okay, so this is the home page of the data structures and algorithms platform that we are currently creating for you guys, as you are able to see right over here on your screens. So for example, it has a module right over here, and it's just an image itself, nothing less and nothing more. This student is not interested to study, so I'm just going to remove him from the platform itself. So right over here, guys, the modules that are there, skill badges, certificates, what are your milestones, what are the things that are still pending for you guys to do, the leaderboard itself, who is doing the best in the class, all that. So this is not a website, as you're able to see, just an image on how the website should look like. Okay, then inside the particular platform itself, what are the different things that will be there? So there will be video based programs itself, wherein you are able to learn the data structures and algorithms concept properly. There will be coding platform for you guys, where you will be able to write your code depending upon the question, practice it right over there, see if your questions were answered like properly, if all the test case passed or not. Then along with that, you are having some MCQ based question and answers as well, that you guys can get involved into to like understand the topics much further. Second platform that we are currently designing inside of DevTown is the students platform, wherein the students right now into our training and internship program learn from. Okay, so this is the entire platform for that. For example, it covers data structures, algorithms, web development, deployment, Kubernetes, and all that. and this is how you will be learning right over there. There will be some essay based learning, there will be some video based learning right over there. As you're able to see, this is one of the example videos that we are having right over here. So that is how you design the entire thing. Okay, you design the entire thing right over there. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. So for example, for the live classes that goes on into our program, this is the design for the live classes that go on, right? So start of the program, then you are having your project submission that is there, project submission statuses that are there, and so on and so forth, right? Then from the perspective, now not just that, from the perspective of your mentor as well, your mentor needs to be working as well with you guys, right? So there is the aspect of the mentor's dashboard, the instructor who is going to take up your classes. So how to schedule new classes, how to see the attendance of our students, how to see their project submissions itself, all that we are able to create into one platform. But this is just the designing aspect of it. There are programmers like me, Ashish, who are involved to convert these designs then into our own websites, into our products itself. And that is the major challenge right over there. A good web developer should also know basics of web designing as well, guys. Please try to understand this. A web developer needs to interact with UI UX designers a lot. Although web developers are paid a lot more than UI UX designers at any particular point of time, but still a web developer needs to understand and interact with the terminologies and the tools of UI UX designers a lot itself. So having a good knowledge about Figma is also very important for you guys. Okay, so this was some of the examples that I missed yesterday, and I wanted to show you guys that today. Now that has been completed, we'll further move on with understanding about Git, GitHub, and version control right now, guys. Are you guys able to understand? So could you guys let me know, yesterday we talked about version control, a simple term, version control itself. Now sometimes when you are having a lot of different like programs that are out there, right, in your own computer as well, you will have programs related to, let's say, maybe a game, maybe a software that you are using as of this particular point of time. All that is there at any particular point of time itself, guys. So maybe you want to so how are you able to keep track of all these versions of the software that is there, right? For example, you are working upon a essay. So first I will take up the first attendance. There will be two attendance for today, guys. Okay, there will be two attendance for today. I don't want to give certificates to people who are not there in the class itself. So there will be two attendance I will be taking up. Any of the attendance, if you are missing up on today's class, you will not be able to get your certificates. I want only those students who are coming to the class properly, learning right over here to be able to get these certificates as well. So right now I'm going to give you guys the attendance link. The attendance link will be closed exactly in 5 minutes. You are having 5 minutes to fill out your attendance, otherwise you will not be able to get your attendance. After 5 minutes, the attendance will be closed. After 5 minutes, the attendance will be closed, guys. I have provided you guys with the attendance link. I provide you guys the attendance link will be closed exactly at 7:54. The attendance link will be closed exactly at 7:54 itself. Attendance link will be closed exactly at 7:54. I provided you guys with the first attendance link. There will be two attendance link in the today's class. If you guys are missing on either one of the attendance, you will not be able to get your certificates. Okay, so I provided you guys with the attendance link. Now I will be stopped to provide you guys with the attendance link itself. That's it. Those students who are not present in the class, who are not focusing in the class itself, they will not be able to fill out their attendance. Arba, you have to fill out the Google form that I provided in the live chat. If it is not working for you, you have to just reload the link again and again. As you're able to see, the attendance link is working absolutely fine. People have started filling out the attendance as well. Once you're able to fill out the attendance, guys, please do let me know that you have filled out the attendance. The attendance link will be closed exactly in 1 minute. Great, guys. Awesome. Awesome. Also, do let me know, guys. So, in Git GitHub version control, there will be a lot of different things that we will be talking about. Okay. If the website is not working, I've already told you yesterday itself, Divyam, what to do. If you don't know that, that means we're not paying attention in our yesterday's class. So, I will not be able to help you out with that because you are not paying attention in the class itself. Okay. If you have missed yesterday's attendance, no issues in that. Fill out all the attendance from today itself. Okay, fill out all the attendances from today itself, guys. So please elaborate on how to convert Figma design files to HTML CSS. See, if you want to convert your Figma designs into just HTML and CSS, I think so you are way behind the things. HTML, nobody, no company wants HTML and CSS developers in that. 10 standard CBSE students in India learn HTML and CSS. Everybody want React developers. That is what they want. React developers for front end. For back end, they want MongoDB, Node.js, Express. For your technology such as cloud computing, they want AWS. For your DevOps concept, they want Git, GitHub version control, CI/CD, Docker, containerization, Kubernetes. This is what they want. So if your plan is just to convert them into HTML, CSS, you are highly mistaken. That is not helpful for you. You need to convert them into React-based products. And for React-based products, you have to learn React.js. That is what you have to do. Once you have learned React.js, you will be able to convert that. Otherwise, not. Okay. Great, guys. Awesome. The difference between MongoDB and MySQL. So MongoDB is a NoSQL platform, whereas your MySQL is an RDBMS based platform itself. A NoSQL based platforms is much more used in the industry, whereas MySQL usually is right now used just for banking sector itself. Okay, so it's better to learn. You have to learn both, but practically you have to learn MongoDB itself. If with Divyam Sharma, everybody right over here knows that the website is working. Everybody knows if the website is not working and you're getting a traffic error, what to do. You don't know that. That means there is some fault with you. Because yesterday I've told you guys, I've told you guys, right, that if a traffic error is coming right over there, what to do. Do you guys know that? If a traffic error is coming, do you guys know what to do? Just tell Divyam that you guys know about it. What is JS? Angular or React JS? Definitely go with React JS itself. Whatever softwares you mentioned, please take boot camps on them as well, Sunny. I will definitely try my best to do that. Will we be having a boot camp on UI UX? Mostly, yes. In the future, we'll definitely have to arrange boot camps on UI UX as well. Okay. Can you please suggest a best book for data science? That would be I remember, let me hands-on machine learning using TensorFlow. That will be the book by O'Reilly. Okay. Can Figma generate CSS? Yes, there are some tools that can help you out with that. But yeah, it's better to learn CSS on your own first. Want a bootcamp on product management? We are definitely going to start with bootcamps on product management very soon in the next 2 to 3 months itself. So stay tuned up till then. Yeah. Okay, so the time is over for filling up the attendance, guys. The attendance is now closed. Okay, those guys were not there live in the class. There were 1,300 students live in the class. 1,400 students have filled up their attendance. That means the rest weren't able to, and that was the aim with that. So now the attendance is closed. We can start with our class itself, guys. So let's continue with our class from right over here. Let's come up to the main topic, Git, GitHub, and version control, and let's try to understand the topics in its core essence very clearly. Okay, so Git, GitHub, and version control. So many of you guys must have heard about this term called as GitHub. Many of you guys must have seen a lot of different pictures and a lot of different links that were referring to something called as GitHub. Many of you guys must have used GitHub as well at some particular point of time, right? Please let me know. Many of you guys must have done that. Please let me know, guys. Yes, many of you guys must be listening about this particular platform for the very first time. There's no issues with that. We are going to learn a little bit about GitHub, but our main focus will be upon Git. Now, please try to understand it. Git and GitHub are two separate things. Git and GitHub are two separate things, guys. They are not the same. GitHub is just a platform. GitHub is just a platform, just like Netflix is a platform, right? You use Netflix to go right over there to watch movies and all those kind of stuff. So Netflix is just like a platform itself, right? Similar to that, GitHub is just a platform. The underlying technology that runs the entire platform itself is called as Git. Git is the technology that runs the entire platform called as GitHub. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Git is the underlying technology that runs the entire platform, that is GitHub, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. GitHub is a platform like Netflix, right? Wherein you go there, it's a platform, it's a website, you go there, you enjoy right over there, you love it, and then you come back. Whereas Git is the technology that runs the entire platform, that is GitHub. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to start from the utmost basics. We are going to start by understanding this Git. Now, as a developer, if you know GitHub, you are a very shitty developer. If you just know GitHub and you have no idea on how to actually use Git, that means you actually don't know GitHub. That is a matter of fact itself, guys. I want to be very clear with it. So we need to start from the utmost basics, understanding the underlying facts that are there that run the entire platform, that is GitHub, guys. So that is how we will be continuing with our lecture. Now, what do you mean by this concept called as version control? Okay, let's assume that you are writing a particular essay. You are writing an essay on Shaurya Sinha. Okay, SHAURYA Shaurya .doc. Okay, you are creating a particular doc file of a Word document, guys, not program, nothing. You're creating a Word document called as Shaurya, and you're writing about me itself. You wrote one or two paragraphs right over here. Then you stopped, you saved the file, and then you came to the next day. Now you want to make some changes in this file. You want to keep this file as well. You don't want to delete this file. You want to make some changes inside of this file itself, but you don't want to delete the file. You want to keep the contents of the file as it is. You want to add some changes to it. So what would you do? You will create another file called as Shaurya 1.doc. Okay, you'll name it as Shaurya 1.doc itself. It will have the exact same paragraphs from before. It will have the exact same paragraph from before itself, guys, and you will add some more paragraphs or add some more data points into it. This is a new version. So this was the original version 1.0, guys. This was the original version of the Shaurya doc itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. This is the original version of the Shaurya.doc file. Okay. And then you are having the second version. This is the second version that you have created, which is the exact same version, but you have added some more pointers, some more points, some more pictures. Maybe you have added my picture right over here. Okay. So all that you have done in this second doc file. Now you want, okay, for those guys who don't know what is a Word doc as well, I'm not using any gibberish. I'm not talking about any kind of programming related things, nothing like that. Whatever I'm speaking right now is not even related to coding as well. This is related to you having to write an article on me, writing an essay on me. If you don't know what is an essay, you don't know what is an article, you don't know what is a Word document itself, then actually I'm not the right person to teach you. Then you should definitely leave the bootcamp right now itself. Okay. So like I said, guys, you want to create a Word doc right over there. Okay, you wrote a particular paragraph inside of it. That was your version 1 of the Shaurya essay. version 1 of the Shaurya essay. Now you want to add more stuff to it. You want to add a picture to it. You want to add some more details about me, something about my work experience itself. You don't want to delete the original file. So what do? You create another doc file, shaurya1.doc. You create another file that is called as shaurya1.doc itself, guys. And inside of that is the version 2.0 of the original file. And you add my picture, you add my details right over there. Okay, so that is how you continuously move further along the way. But in such a way, you will be creating multiple files with multiple different versions, shaurya1.doc, shaurya10.doc, shaurya15.doc, and slowly and slowly will lose track on which particular version of the file contained what information, which particular version did I make any new changes into it, because so many different versions of the exact same file you will have to contain right over there, and it's a huge burden, it's a huge process itself. Now let's assume that if me and my friend, okay, if me and my friend both want to work upon these files, both want to write something about Shaurya itself, now both of us are trying to make changes on the exact same Word doc. Again, that is a huge burden. Who is making what changes? What new changes were made right over here? What changes did we delete from the file? What did we add to the file? All that, keeping track of it itself will become very difficult for us, right, guys? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. So to make that entire process, okay, to make that entire process streamlined, we have Git and GitHub to help us with that. So Git is basically the technology that we are going to talk about. So Git is the technology that is used to help us to organize all this version control problem. We want to control all the versions of the files that we are having. We want to control all the things that we are changing inside of the files. Who is making what changes? What changes do we want in our final version? What changes do we not want in our final version itself? All that in a very process oriented manner itself, in a very well organized manner itself, in a controlled fashion itself is done by using Git. Now again, I'm telling you guys once again, Git is a technology. It is not compulsory to use it just for programming. It can actually be used on your essays as well, in documenting things as well. You can use it in anything, even pictures, videos, you can use it for that as well. But for our purpose, because we are learning DevOps for web development, we are going to learn it for programming. Because in programming as well, many people will be making many changes inside of our programs. We need to keep track of that as well. That is the reason why we are going to learn Git. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. So somebody has written it correctly, I guess. Two or more developers can work seamlessly working on the same project in a well organized manner. That is the aim of Git. Okay, good. So what we're going to do is we are going to open up our computer once again. We are going to search for a particular platform called as Code Sandbox. Okay, we are going to go further with a particular platform called as Code Sandbox, guys. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. We are going to go further with a particular platform called as Code Sandbox, guys. Now this particular, why are we not practicing everything on our own computers? Because we are privileged enough to have a computer of our own to practice everything, but not everybody is as privileged or as having a good thing like us. So many of the other kids might not have a computer. They might just, but everybody has a smartphone. So even if you are having a computer, you can definitely, I'm very sorry, even if you are having a computer, you can definitely do everything that I'm doing inside of your computer as well, or inside of the sandbox. It is very easy to do that. So first we are going to open up Code Sandbox for us, guys. As you're able to see, I'm opening up Code Sandbox. Inside of the Code Sandbox itself, now, sometimes it works, sometimes it does not work. If it will not work, we'll use something else. There's no issues in that. I have a lot of different things that we can do. we are going to click on this particular create button, guys. On the top right corner, you will be able to see this create button. I want you guys to click on this particular create button itself, guys. This will show you guys all the different sandboxes that are there for us, that it has directly created for us to use. We are going to use code sandbox itself for learning Docker in the future, so you don't have to worry about it. Right now, what we are going to use is the static template. Okay, we are going to use the static template. Now, before proceeding further from right over here, please do not code along with me. That is my goal, that is my aim. I'm telling you guys right now itself, please do not code along with me, guys. If you are trying to code along with me, you will not be able to listen to me properly. You will be missing out on steps, you will be missing out on the concepts as well. You will just be asking me to repeat myself 100 times over, and I don't want that. So please do not code along with me. Listen to me throughout the entire class. After the class, you are having the access of this entire video, and you can practice after the class. In that way, you will be able to increase your recall as well of stuff. So please not code along with me. Listen to the class very properly. For guys who have missed out on their attendance, I'm very sorry. You were not there on time. You were not listening to me. There were 1,300 people live with me when I shared the attendance. 1,437 people filled up their attendance. So everybody present live in the class has been able to fill up the attendance if he knew how to fill up the attendance that I have told on the very first day. So if you have not attended the first day's class, you have already missed that attendance. If you somehow figured out how to fill out the first day's attendance, that means you have not attended the session. That is the reason why you don't know how to fill up the attendance. Those who were there live in the class, they have already filled up their attendance. Those who are not there live in the class, this is your final warning. This is your final warning. I'm not going to open up the attendance anymore. But if you want to get the certificates, you have to come up live in the class. You have to focus upon the class. Get sorted with your network itself. That is all that I can say. Continue filling up all the other attendances that are there throughout the entire program. You will get your certificates. Otherwise, not. Otherwise, not. I will not be resharing the attendance. I will not be opening the attendance anymore. You have missed your attendance. You have to be in terms with that. But I'm giving you one final chance, one final warning itself. Fill up all the other attendances that are there throughout the entire bootcamp and you will get your certificates. Otherwise, not. It's as simple as that. Now, please do not mess up the class. If I see any person writing about attendance, I'm going to make sure that that person is not getting his or her certificate for any of the boot camps that DevTown is creating or doing at any particular point of time. You want to learn right over here? Sit right over here and learn. Good. So right over here, guys, this is an online IDE that has been provided to us. And in this particular IDE itself, we are going to learn to use Git as well. So I will be closing this entire thing down. I will be opening up the terminal right over here. So as you're able to see, I'm getting up a message. Are you guys able to see this message on the right hand side of your screen, guys? Please let me know. Terminal. To use the terminal, you need to upgrade your browser sandbox into a cloud sandbox. Now, cloud sandbox is something that basically is like a VM itself. We are going to use that right now. I'm just going to make it smaller. And yes, we will have to upgrade ourselves into a terminal itself. There is no other way of that. So what I'm going to do right now is that I am going to go back to the website. Okay, and from here I'm going to choose another new sandbox, but this time I'm going to go further with an HTTP node server, guys. I'm going to go with an HTTP node server that will come up with our terminal inbuilt itself, so we don't have to pressurize our brains into thinking what to do. So we can directly take up our HTTP node server itself, guys. It will open up the node server for us. It will come with it. So as you're able to see, we are opening up a micro VM. That is a VMware that it is using to open it up. And we will be writing all our code. We'll be understanding all our stuff right over here itself. Once you've opened it up, on the top right corner, you'll be able to see this plus button. Okay, you will be able to see this plus button right over here. I want you to select that plus button and select new terminal from right over there. Okay, new terminal from right over there, guys. Once I open up the new terminal, this is where we'll be writing all our code, guys. Okay, this is where we'll be writing all our code. To check if the Git is actually working or not, you guys can write Git hyphen hyphen version version. Okay, this will basically tell you which is the version of Git that you are currently using. If you are able to see that Git version 2.3.0.2 is opening up on your screen, that means your Git is working absolutely fine. Okay, now that you guys are writing so much on the live chat, I'm not going to open up the live chat on my screen. I'm just going to open it up inside of my phone itself. I'm able to see your chat, and I'm able to ignore it depending upon if people are right or wrong. For example, just like Jay. Good. So right over here, guys, what we are going to do is once this ID is completely for free, you don't have to worry about it. As you are able to see, I'm myself using the free ID itself. I'm not using the paid ID. It is evidently from the top left corner itself, guys. So what we have to do right over here is that git hyphen hyphen version. It basically tells you what is the current version of Git that we are using as of this particular point of time. Next, we can also provide it that who is currently making the changes. Like I said, it is a version control system wherein multiple users can make their own changes, right, guys? Please let me know. When multiple users will make its own changes right over there, right, guys? Please let me know. So we'll be providing it with our name and our email ID as well, that who is currently making the changes. For that, we'll be using something called as the config. Okay, so git config hyphen hyphen global, that is throughout the entire computer, this particular computer that is accessing this Git structure itself, who is making the changes. So globally we want to check it throughout the entire computer. User dot name, and then provide it with the name of the user, that is the person who is currently making the changes, that is Shaurya R Sinha. Okay, so Shaurya R Sinha. Okay, that is the name of the user who is currently making the changes. So guys, it is config config itself. So as soon as I press enter, now the name of the user who is currently making the changes has been changed to Shaurya R Sinha. Similar to that, I can also provide it with my email as well. So git config hyphen hyphen global global, and then user dot email. I will provide it with my email as well, shaurya dot sinha at a rate devtown.in. Okay, so I'll provide it with my email ID as well. Now if you want to check who is the current user who is making the changes right now, you can do that by using git config hyphen hyphen global user dot name. Okay, so this will show you that currently Shaurya R Sinha is making the changes on the current Git that we are following right over here. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Sir, I have a question. Why are you not using Git Bash? I've told almost 5 times up till this point of time, not everybody has a laptop. Please try to understand this. I don't want myself repeating the exact same answer again and again. It is just wasting your time. So please somebody tell Pawan, why are we not using something else? Why are we using this to write and understand Git? Why are we not doing it in our own computer? Why are we not using Git Bash? Can somebody help him understand that? I've already answered the question 5 times. Okay, let's continue from right over there. The next thing that we're going to do is we are going to create a new folder called as what should we call it as? Learn Git. Okay, let's call it as Learn Git itself. So we are going to create a new folder. To create a new folder directly from the terminal, usually when you want to create a new folder, what do? You go on that particular place, right? So for example, I will go right over here. I'll go to the place. I'll do a right click. I will select new, and then I will select a folder. That is how I will be able to create a folder at any particular point of time. Right, guys? Please let me know. Right, guys? Please let me know. right? So, but currently we are here to learn Git, right? And with Git, you need to learn about some of the basic Linux commands as well. So we are going to create a folder directly from the terminal. This is called as the terminal. We are going to create a folder directly from the terminal. And to be able to do that, we are going to use something called as mkdir or make directory. Inside of Linux terminology, inside of your shell terminology itself, we call it as directory. We don't call it as like folder is for noobs. We call it as directory itself. So we want to create a directory, so mkdir or make directory, and we're going to call this directly as learn git. Okay, we'll call it as learn git, guys. Now if you do ls, that is list. Okay, the full form of ls is list. If we tell you all the different things that are present inside of our workspace folder, currently we are situated in, so where are we currently situated? Inside of the computer, inside of this VM. It's also a computer itself, guys. In which particular folder we are currently situated in which particular directory are we currently situated in. So we use pwd or present working directory. Where are we currently situated in? Which folder are we currently situated in? As you're able to see, we are currently situated in project, home, shape your head, workspace. We are currently situated in the workspace folder itself, guys. So if we want to get if we want to check what are the different things that are present inside of our workspace, we'll do ls, okay, or list, guys. Ls or list. It will basically list all the different folders, all the different files that are present inside of our present working directory. That is, inside of workspace, what are the different directories, what are the different files that are present inside of it. So as you're able to see, you are having index.js, learn git. So learn git is highlighted in blue because it is a folder. Okay, because it is a folder. All the other things are basically inbuilt things for the sandbox. We don't care about it. We only care about the folder, that is learn git, that we created right over here. Now I want to go inside of my learn git folder itself. I don't want to be inside of my workspace. I want to go inside of it itself. Okay. So to be able to do that, we want to use cd or change directory. I want to change my present working directory from workspace to learn git. So I will use cd right over there. So cd learn git, that is the name of the folder I want to get into. Currently I am inside of workspace. As you're able to see, I am currently inside of workspace itself. I want to get into this particular folder, this particular directory called as learn git. So we are putting up enter right over here. As you're able to see, now it is showing learn git itself. If I do pwd right over here, you will be able to see that now I'm currently present inside of my learn git. That is the present working directory is learn git right now. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know, guys. Great. The next thing that we want to do is we need to initialize our git inside of here. Now, because we are currently using our like sandbox itself that is already created for us, actually the git is already initialized for us right over here. Okay, so so when you are working on your own computer, to be able to start using git, you will have to use git, and then you will have to do init. Okay, you will have to run this particular statement git init to initialize git right over here, guys. But because we are using an online sandbox, the git is already initialized for you. You don't have to do that. It is already initialized for you. Okay, so I do git init. I've initialized an empty git repository inside of project homestead blah 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 learn git itself. So I've initialized an empty git repository inside of learn git. This is where we have started to work with git, guys. Up till now, I've just told you guys a very simple things, very easy things for you guys to understand. The basic terminal technologies itself. Okay, terminal like names that are there. Okay, cd, ls, pwd, mkdir, these are something that you should be very familiar with, but I've still taught you guys right over there itself, guys. The next thing that we have to do is, once we've initialized our git, as you're able to see right over here, you have initialized your git as master. And now what we'll be doing is we'll be looking at what are the different files that are present right over here, guys. If you do ls right over here, you are able to see that it is not showing any files because the current present working directory learn git is completely empty. It has nothing inside of it. Okay, learn git is completely empty. It has nothing inside of it, guys. It is completely empty. That is, when you are using ls, it is showing nothing on our screens. But if I use ls hyphen a, okay, if I'm doing ls hyphen a, it is showing some hidden files that are there that are not visible with the naked eye. It is not visible normally, but if you do ls hyphen a, it will show you guys all the hidden files that are there inside of the current folder. And we are having one hidden file that is called as the .git file. We are having one hidden file right over here called as the .git file. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. So initially when we did ls, nothing came to our screen. But when we are doing ls hyphen a, you are able to see that there is a .git file present right over there. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. Yes. So this .git file is basically the initialization for Git that has happened right over there. When we did Git init, it initialized this particular file called as the .git file, which is a hidden file, which is initialized wherein all the code for Git basically resides. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new file right over here called as sum.py. Okay, I'm going to create a Python file right now called as sum.py, guys. Okay, to create a file inside of the terminal, you have to write touch, touch touch. Okay, sum.py. Okay, so this is how you create a file. Normally, how you create a file, you click on new file and you name it as sum.py. But directly inside of the terminal, you can use touch and then sum.py to create a new file called as sum.py. As soon as I press enter right over here and I do ls, okay, and I do ls right over here, you are able to see sum.py file appearing right over there. Are you guys able to see this sum.py file right over there, guys? Please let me know. Great. So I'm just going to put up some random code inside of it, guys, so that we are able to move further with that. I'm going to open up sum.py, dismiss, and I'm going to write a particular line of code. I don't want it. Okay. Print and then hello world. So I've written just a normal line of code itself, guys, inside of Python. You don't need to understand it. Just imagine that inside of some particular file, you wrote some particular text that you wanted to write. I don't care what I've written right over there, but I've just written some particular code inside of it. That is all that I've done right over there, guys. Once that you are able to see that some code has been written. Okay, so we have made some changes. Once we initialized our Git, okay, we initialized our Git with Git init. After that, we created a file called as sum.py and we made some changes inside of it. Now, if you check up what is happening inside of Git, let us check up that as well. So Git status will show you the current status of Git, guys. Git space status will show you the current status of Git. What is the current status of Git, guys? So as you're able to see, it is showing you that untracked files. Okay, nothing added to commit, but untracked files present inside of our current Git initialized folder itself. So let us try to understand what does this mean. So Git works in three ways itself, guys. You need to understand this, that Git has three different levels of working itself. Okay, and that is something that we need to understand. So you are having a working directory, guys. The first particular level is your current working directory. Okay, the current working directory, that is your first level itself. The next particular level is the staging area. And the last particular level is your commit or a repository. Let us name it as repository itself. Okay, these are the three levels in Git itself. The present working directory is absolutely easy to understand, the current directory inside of which we were working, right? Now anything, so let's forget about these terminologies. Let's assume what happens when you go to a shop. Okay, everybody right over here might not understand what is Git, but everybody right over here has been to a shop itself to buy something, right? Everybody right over here has went to a shop to buy something, right, guys? Please let me know. Everybody has been to a shop to buy something, right? Or am I the only person who goes shopping? Great. So inside of the present working directory, so when you go to the shop, there are a lot of products that are showed on the display itself, right? This is the display. A lot of products are showed to you guys on the display. Okay, the shopkeeper brings these products and keeps it up on the display itself, right? When you want to see something, that okay, show me the product, you bring it out in your hands. Okay, so this is the product, and this is my hand right over here, right? You bring it out to your hand itself, right? You see the product, what is it, how is it, right? You see the product, that is the staging area wherein you are telling Git that okay, I'm adding it to you. Okay, to do that, you pick up the item from the shelf. Okay, you pick up the item from the shelf itself in your hand. In a similar way, to shift things, to shift files from your present working directory into the staging area, we use something called as git add. Okay, this will add the things to your staging area itself. You are picking up the things. You're telling Git that pick up the bloody thing itself, pick up the bloody file. Okay, look into it. What are changes are being made on it? Keep attention to that itself. Now, when you're sure about buying the stuff, when you're sure that okay, I want to buy this particular stuff itself, I like this particular item, you take it to the cash counter, right? The cash register itself. So this is the cash register right over there. You take it up to the cash register and you pay money for buying the stuff, right? Pay money to buy the stuff. That is where you're committing to it, that I want this. This is the final thing that I want. I need this itself, right? You're committing to it, that I want this, I need this, I will take this home itself. That is what it means to commit things. So to finalize the stuff that okay, we have added into the staging area, I'm not very sure whether I need this or not. That is the place where you're putting it up inside of the staging area. Okay. The next thing that we have to do is we have to add it up. When you are sure that okay, all of the changes and everything that we have done, this is something that we actually need, changes are complete, we use git commit. That I need to commit into this particular relationship, I need to take this, and that will add it to the final repo of Git, the repository of Git. That is the final product that you are having right over there. You are committing to it. So in this particular way, what are the things that you want, you don't want, you want to make some changes, all that happens inside of the staging area itself. Okay, all that happens inside of the staging area itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Great. So now what we're going to do is we are going to look into this from a practical standpoint. This was just by an example itself, but we need to understand this from a very practical standpoint as well. We'll go back to our code. Right now, as you're able to see, this is just present into our file. If you are doing ls, it is just present. Sum.py is just present inside of the present working directory. It hasn't been pushed into the staging area. Let us see to that. Let us check. You are putting git status to check up the status, status, status of what is happening inside of Git. You are using the command git status itself, guys. Okay. So right over here, you are able to see that there's an untracked file. You are currently not tracking it. It is not present on the staging area. When something is present on the staging area, that is the point when you are starting to track it, guys. Up till now, it is not tracking. It is like something is present inside of a working directory. Do you want to add it up to the staging area? Do you want to track it up? I'm like, yes, I want to track it. So I'm going to track a particular file. We are going to use git add. Like I said, to track a file, to push it up to the staging area, we are going to use git add, guys. Git add. And what do we want to add? We want to add our sum.py file. Okay. What do we want to add, guys? Sum.py file. The X basically tells you that there are some changes inside of your current, the terminal. It's the terminal's way of saying that some changes have been made inside of your current folder itself. Okay, that is the X symbol. That's basically telling that some changes have been made inside of your current folder itself. We don't care about it. It is just a method of telling you guys that some changes are being made. We already know about it, right? So git add sum.py will push the file to our staging area. So now if you check up git status, You now check git status itself, you are able to see that we are having on branch master, no commits yet, no commits yet, changes to be committed. So it is saying that there's a new file inside of the staging area called as sum.py. There's a new file that is present inside of the staging area called as the sum.py file, and that file hasn't been committed yet. You can now commit that file as well. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. It is present inside of the staging area, but you haven't committed the file up till this particular point of time. Let us see how to commit the file as well. Okay, let us see how to, now I'm fine with this particular file. I'm like, yeah, this particular file is great. This particular file is amazing. I'm totally fine with this file. Now I'll be committing this file to the repository itself. To commit a file to the repository, we have seen that we need to use the command git commit. Okay, so we'll be using git MMIT commit. Okay, so whatever changes are there inside of the staging area, all those changes will be committed. Okay, whatever changes are there inside of the staging area itself, all those things will get committed right over there, and we'll be putting up a message as well. So whenever you're making a commit, you need to put up a message as well. So -m basically tells that I want to put up a message right over there, and that message that I want to put up, okay, the message that I want to put up, I'll put it up inside of these quotation marks. What message? So this is my first MMIT commit itself. Okay, this is my first commit. That is the message that I want to put up right over there. Okay, git commit -m, that basically means that I'm going to write my message next. Whatever message that you want to commit, that will come up inside of this quotation marks. I'll press enter right over here, and as you're able to see, I made a commit right over there, created blah 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 blah. Now if I want to see all those commits itself, whatever commits that I've made up till this particular point of time, if I want to see all those commits, I'll be using git log. Currently I've just made one commit, so there's no practical use case of that, but I'm going to see all the commits that I've made up till this particular point of time. As you're able to see, you are able to see one commit that is there, right guys? Are you guys able to see this one commit that is there, guys? Please let me know. The author is Shaurya R. Sinha. When was that commit made? And the message that I put it up right over there, right? You are able to see this message. This is my first commit. Whatever, whenever you're committing it, the other developer, whenever some other developer will be coming right over there, will be looking at your commits itself, he should be able to understand what changes did you do right over there. So some kind of comment should be there that, okay, this is the comment that I made. These are the changes that I did right over here. So some description of those changes I have done. So this is a very shitty comment, but further on, we'll see how to improve our comments as well. So I've made a comment that is, this is my first commit. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. Were you guys able to see that comment, guys? Please let me know. Now, why have I put -m right over here? To put up my comment right over here itself. If you don't do that, a Vim editor will open up, and that's a very hectic thing. I just want a very simple line of comment to be there. So I just write -m. -m basically says that I want to make a message. I want to put up a comment right over here. I want to put up a message right over here related to this commit. And that message is, this is my first commit. Okay. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some changes inside of my code right now. I've committed this particular file. Now I'm going to go back. I'm going to make some changes right over here. Let me do some changes. A is equals to 1, B is equals to 2, print A plus B. Okay, so I made some changes inside of my sum.py file, guys. Are you guys able to see that? Please let me know. I made some changes inside of my sum.py file, guys. Secondly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new file called as dev.py. I'm going to make a new file. So how to create a new file, guys? Could you guys let me know? How to create a new file from the terminal? Can you guys let me know? Can you guys let me know how to create a new file, guys? Touch, amazing. DOUCH touch dev.py. I'm going to create a new file right over here, and then I'm going to go into that file as well. So this is my dev.py file right over here. I'm going to write A is equals to 3, B is equals to 1, and I'm going to do print minus b. Okay, this is a simple as thing that I've done right over here. Now if I go and so I've created a new file, I've edited my sum file, right? These are the two things that I've done. I've modified my sum file and I've created a new file itself. Now if I do git status, I do git status right over here, you are able to see we are getting two things that we are having right over here. So changes not staged for commit, modified sum.py. So this file that was already there for the on the stage itself, that we have already committed as well, some changes were made in that particular file. Are you guys able to see this? Some changes were made in that particular file, guys. Inside of the sum.py file, that is already committed. Some changes were there. It has been modified right over there. I've changed the code inside of it itself, right? The second particular thing, untracked file, a new file that is not yet pushed into staging, called as dev.py file has been created. A dev.py file that has not yet been pushed to staging itself, it has been created. The first thing that we'll be doing is we'll be pushing it up for staging. Okay, so how to push a particular file for staging, guys? Could you guys let me know? How to put a particular file for staging, guys? Could you guys let me know? I want to put my dev.py file for staging. Right now it is in the present working directory. I want to put it up for staging itself. Git add, right? Amazing, guys. So we'll be using git add right over here, and we want to add the diff.py file. Okay, we want to add the diff.py file. So now if I do that and I check git status, you are able to see that there is one particular changes to be committed, that is the diff.py file that has been pushed to staging, and other changes not staged for commit. That is, I've modified my sum.py file. I've not pushed up for staging as well. I've not pushed it up for staging as well, guys. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to commit my diff.py file. Please try to understand it. The changes that I made to my sum.py file are not, okay? The changes that I've made to the sum.py file are not into my staging area anymore. Those changes are not pushed to my staging area. Please try to understand it. Okay? The sum.py file has not been pushed to the staging area up till this point of time. On the stage right now, only diff.py file is there. Okay, it's able to understand this. Please let me know. Only diff.py file is there on my stage, guys. Sum.py file, whatever changes that I've committed, whatever changes that I've made to sum.py file, it is not there on the staging area. So if I do a commit right now, git mmit commit -m, let us put up a message. Added a diff.py file to repo. Okay, if I do this particular commit, okay, and I do git status once again, you are able to see that our diff.py file got committed because that was present on the staging area. Our diff.py file that was present, that I pushed to the staging area, that got committed, but our modified sum.py file has not yet been committed because we haven't pushed it up to the staging area. Everything happens in 3 separate steps. We have to first push whatever changes that we are doing, whatever new things we are creating, we have to push them to the staging area, and then only we can do the commit. If right now I have not pushed sum.py file, the changes that I made to sum.py file, I didn't push it up for our staging area itself. I just pushed the diff.py file. Okay, only that got committed. Our sum.py file is still here itself. If I do git log right now, I do git log itself, you are able to see, we are able to see our first log that we did. This is my first commit. Okay, this is the first commit that I made right over here, and this is the second commit that I made right now. Added a diff.py file to repo. Okay, that is the, and this is the current version. So this commit has a hash number associated with it that uniquely identifies that entire commit. Okay, whatever commit that was made, whatever version. So these are the versions of your software, guys. These are the versions of the software that are there, guys. So we are currently, our head is present at the master. Okay, so our head is currently present right over here. This is the current version of the things that we are working with. we have to push every time to make some changes? If you want that changes to be incorporated right over there, yes, you will have to push it every time you're making some changes itself. So this is the current version, and this is the previous version that we were using. Now tomorrow what we're going to do is we are going to figure out how to go back in time. Okay, tomorrow what we're going to do is we are going to use Git, okay, to go from the current version that has the diff.py and the old sum.py. We will be going from there back to the previous version where there was no diff.py. We are going to go back in time using Git. Okay, that is the most beautiful thing about it. That is something that we'll be doing tomorrow. Okay, so right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my modified file as well. So I will just end it up right over here. Okay, and I'm going to add my modified file as well. So you can do two things: git add sum.py. This is the first thing that you can do. Otherwise, if you want to just commit everything that is there, you want to push everything to the staging area, you can do git add and then dot. So everything that is currently there will be added to our staging area. Okay, everything that is currently there will be added to our staging area itself. Okay, if I press enter right over here and I then do git status, you are able to see that we are ready for our commit itself. And now we will be doing our commit. So git cmmit commit -m. I will put up my message right over here. Pushed our modified, not modified, sum.py. This is the final commit for today that we are going to make. And now if I go back again to git log to check up all the different commits that I made up till this particular point of time, you are able to see that all the commits, my first commit, adding the dev.py file and making the pushed our modified sum.py file, all the three commits I'm able to see right over here. So the first commit has just our sum.py file, the older version of our sum.py file. Our second commit that is added a diff.py file just has the older version of sum.py file and the new diff.py file added. And our third commit is with the new version of sum.py file as well as our diff.py file. Tomorrow we are going to see how to navigate through all these commits itself and go to back in time to previous versions of our code as well, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? If I write git.add dot, so I've written that right over here, right? Git add dot itself. Doing that, all the things that are present inside of my present working directory, all the things that haven't been pushed for my staging itself, all that will be added to my staging area. Okay, we'll look at how to create branches, how to merge branches as well. What are branches? Why is it so important as a topic inside of Git? All that we'll be learning in tomorrow's class. So for tomorrow's class, I'm giving you guys an assignment. You have to revise today's class and come to tomorrow's class. If you're not revising today's class, if you're not rewatching today's video, you're not trying to code everything that I've done in today's video yourself, then you will not be able to understand tomorrow's class. I'm telling you guys right now. Coding is all about practice. If you're not practicing, you are shit at the end of the day. That's as easy as possible. You want it, the more that you are practicing, the better you will get at it. So for tomorrow's class, I'm giving you guys a very, very, very simple assignment. Revise everything from today's class. Practice everything in your mobile phones itself. You can practice everything, guys. Practice everything in your mobile phone. Whatever I've taught to you guys today. Tomorrow, bring me your doubts. I will help you guys with your doubts as well. I will continue by learning about time travel. We'll learning about branches. We'll learn about merging those branches. Everything in tomorrow's class. Everything from the basics to the advanced, we'll be learning it right over here. Make sure you are revising everything in today's class, practicing everything in today's class. And just as a surprise, there is no second attendance for today's class. I want to make sure the students who have missed out their attendance for today's class are definitely missing out their attendance for today. Okay, so there will be no second attendance for today's class. If you guys have missed out your attendance, I'm giving you guys one final chance, one final warning. Come in tomorrow's class on time, learn right over here. The timings of the classes are not going to change. That's it. So there will be no second attendance, guys. I hope that you guys were able to learn something new today. practice everything properly, revise everything properly before coming to next class. Now I need to go with the next class itself. Notes, you will have to write it on your own. That's the definition of notes. So I have another class itself, guys. Thank you so much. We'll be meeting in the next class tomorrow at the same time. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you.